All right, let's talk about this Andrew Tate lawsuit situation because it's honestly kind of wild. If you've been anywhere near Twitter, or I guess we're calling it X now, you might have seen people talking about Tate suing 15 users for defamation. Yeah, this man is actually going after Twitter accounts, and some of them are completely anonymous. Like, imagine waking up, scrolling through your phone, and finding out that Andrew Tate himself is trying to take you to court. Insane. So here's the rundown. Andrew Tate is claiming that these users have defamed him by spreading false accusations, and he's seeking damages for it. One of the bigger accounts caught in this lawsuit is Murder by Crayons. If you're not familiar, this account is basically dedicated to calling out the Tates, posting about their legal troubles, their business ventures, and just overall being super critical of them. And when this lawsuit news dropped, they wasted no time responding. They tweeted something along the lines of, "Game on, I've been waiting for this," which honestly is such a bold move. Like, imagine getting sued and just being like, "Finally." That's confidence. Or delusion. Maybe both. Now, Andrew Tate himself tweeted something pretty interesting right before this lawsuit news started spreading. He said, "Speaking your mind isn't a crime," which is kind of ironic, right? Because now he's literally taking legal action against people for, well, speaking their minds. But to be fair, defamation isn't just speaking your mind, it's making statements that could damage someone's reputation if they're false. And that's the key part here, if they're false. So let's look at some of the tweets that Tate claims are defamatory. According to the lawsuit, these users tweeted things like, "Andrew Tate is guilty, change my mind. Andrew Tate is a compulsive liar, prove me wrong. Andrew Tate's The Real World is a pyramid scheme." Now those first two statements, that's where things get tricky. Because saying someone is guilty when they haven't actually been convicted of a crime? Yeah, that could be a problem legally, but at the same time, people make exaggerated statements online all the time. And let's be real, when someone is accused of something, people are going to talk about it. That's just how the internet works. And the last statement, the one about the real world being a pyramid scheme, that one's actually interesting because people have been debating this for a while. If you don't know, The Real World is Tate's online program where he supposedly teaches people how to make money. A lot of people have called it a scam, some have compared it to an MLM, and there's been tons of discourse about whether or not it's actually a legitimate way to get rich. So if someone tweets that they think it's a pyramid scheme, is that defamation? Or just an opinion? That's what a court would have to decide. But what really makes this lawsuit complicated is the fact that 10 of the 15 people Tate is suing are anonymous. That means their Twitter accounts don't have their real names attached, and the lawsuit literally just lists them as John Doe. And this brings up a whole other issue. How do you even sue someone if you don't know who they are? Well, legally speaking, if Tate wants to go after these people, his lawyers will probably have to issue subpoenas to Twitter, or X, whatever, to try and get their information. But even then, there are ways people can mask their identities online, so this could get really messy. Now let's take a step back and talk about why this is even happening in the first place. Because Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan have been in legal trouble for a while now. They were arrested in Romania back in December 2022 on charges related to human trafficking. They spent months in jail and then were put under house arrest, and their assets, cars, crypto, everything, were seized. Now, they've always denied all the charges, saying it's a conspiracy against them. And recently, a Romanian court ruled that the case couldn't move forward because of legal issues, but the case is still technically open. So when Tate says things like, "I have been convicted of zero," which he tweeted recently, he's not wrong. He hasn't been convicted of anything. But the fact that he was arrested and accused of these things, that's still very much in the public conversation. And that's why people are tweeting about it nonstop. Like, literally, if you go on Twitter right now and search Andrew Tate, you'll probably see a new tweet calling him a racist every 2 minutes. And if he's really going to sue everyone who tweets that, bro, he's going to need an army of lawyers. But let's talk about what this means for free speech, because that's really what's at the heart of this. Can you get sued for just tweeting your opinion? Well, it depends. If you say something that can be proven false and it damages someone's reputation, then yeah, that can be considered defamation. But at the same time, social media is full of people exaggerating, speculating, and making jokes. If Tate wins this lawsuit, it could set a precedent where more public figures start suing people just for talking about them. And that could make people a lot more hesitant to speak their minds online. And here's the thing, Tate himself is no stranger to saying wild things. He's built his entire brand on being controversial. He's called himself misogynistic, he's made insane claims about how the world works, and he's been extremely vocal about his beliefs. And when you put yourself out there like that, people are going to criticize you. That's just part of being a public figure. But I also get why he's pushing back. If you were constantly being accused of things you say you didn't do, you'd probably be pissed too. The question is, does he actually have a legal case here? Or is this just a scare tactic to make people stop talking about him? Because let's be honest, how many of these Twitter users can even afford to fight a lawsuit like this? Legal battles cost money, and Tate knows that. So even if this case never actually goes to trial, just the threat of a lawsuit could be enough to make people stop tweeting about him. So what do you guys think? Is Andrew Tate actually trying to clear his name? Or is this just him flexing his power and money to silence critics? Personally, I think this is going to be really hard to win. But who knows? Maybe this is just the beginning of a bigger legal battle. Either way, I'll be keeping an eye on it. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe for more updates on wild internet drama. I'll see you guys in the next one.